Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Box with 205 numbers. After name, gotta adjust the volume up here in these headsets, man. The headset's too loud. Y'all already know how we be is doing. Little games beating action over here. A little Dead Space 3. Give you a little backstory on me, man. I loved the original Dead Space. Played it a little bit after it came out. It was dope. It was great. Definitely one of the best horror games I've played. Period. I can stop right there. I don't have to say the ever, but it's definitely up there. Really captured a moment, really captured a feel, really did it all like very good. The clean aesthetic that the game has still holds up to this day. I mean, graphically it looks fine, but more so just the presentation and everything. Like, it was really, even like for at the time, I was like, whoa, like, you know, like your health is on your back, the ammo's on like the gun, like your HUD is just clean. Like, you don't have like, it really puts you, especially for a horror game, it really puts you in like the feel of a horror game. There's no like clutter. It kind of removes the visibility of like, oh, I'm playing a video game that's scary. No, you're in this like real ass situation and it's scary and you better figure it out. You know, they have to take off the necromorph's limbs and stuff like that. It was something special. Dead Space 2, I prefer the original Dead Space, but I'm willing to concede that Dead Space 2 might be the better game out of the two. I went through, I replayed the first Dead Space earlier this year. You can check out the video. I had no real inclination of replaying Dead Space 2. But I believe, if you look at it objectively, it's probably the better game. Dead Space 3 is a little bit different in the sense that it's definitely a little more action-packed. You have a lot more ammo, for example. You get to do a lot more things. This is kind of, I think, Capcom, you know. It must have been around the era when they like were thinking about like Resident Evil 6 or 5 and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, man, you know what sells? Call of Duty. Let's do something like that. And then they were like, oh, that's right, but like people don't really want us to do that, so let's go back to doing what we were doing, which is what they're doing now. It came full circle back to like where they should have been like the whole time. The irony of it all. It's a little bit more action-packed. But it still has some of those scary moments and whatnot. Graphically, it looks like the rest of them. I can't tell any noticeable improvement, but it looks good. The storyline kind of comes to a quote-unquote close-ish, I guess. It's fine for what it is. It's cool. A little bit childish, but it's not, it's not like you ain't come to Dead Space for like the best like story ever. Even though, like I said, that first game kind of had you like always in suspense and always in mystery as of what's happening next and what are we doing here and whatnot. This game, not so much. Negatives about this game, they really changed kind of the upgrade system and just some basic like mechanics that we had already set kind of in place in Dead Space. So it's not bad, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just personal taste at that point. Like, I feel like you have a lot more freedom to how to upgrade stuff, like for example in this game. But on the flip side, it made it harder for me to figure out how the hell to upgrade stuff in this game. Like, you could kind of put parts in and out of your guns and change them and add different stuff or whatever. I was cool with the nodes and just the basics that we had in the first game. Like, I don't really need anything else. But that's a matter of preference. I'm sure some people played it and they're like, oh, cool, I could put like a plasma cutter with this rip blade thing on it. Oh, awesome. Like, I'm sure that's cool. For me, it really wasn't. I think you can only carry 2 guns at a time, too, which kind of seemed a little bit backwards, but I may have just always missed how to actually fully, like, do that. So maybe there's more, and I just missed it. This is actually the final boss fight. I guess I should have mentioned that, spoiler alert. As I had to grab the last thing. I mean, it's an old game, so I wasn't really tripping too much about the footage over here. It's cool. It takes place a lot of it in, like, a snowy area, which is different. And unique, different for Dead Space, different from most games. I guess Lost Planet probably took place in that, and that's about it. You start in a city, you get a little more like backstory as to how like the world kind of exists and what like the issues are and stuff like that. So it's cool for filling those holes. Gameplay wise, like I said, it's a little more action packed, a little more action oriented, but not crazy. I thought I was gonna come in here and play a game like Resident Evil 6, but it's not that bad. Like, it's still, I would highly recommend if you enjoyed Dead Space 1 and 2, you're gonna enjoy Dead Space 3. It's not the best of them. I'd actually say it's the worst out of all 3 of them, but you're still gonna like enjoy it. It's still good. It still beats like a lot of other games out there. So I was always a little bit nervous. That's why I put Dead Space 3, because I held Dead Space at such a high standard. And there was mixed reviews when it came out. I remember some people loved Dead Space 3, but for the most part, it was kind of perceived a little bit negatively, of like, oh, they're going away from like what makes Dead Space. And they're not wrong by saying that, but they're also not 100% right. Like, it was still a very good Dead Space game. It operates a little bit differently than how the previous ones do, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. I would definitely still give it a shot. It's backwards compatible now on the Xbox, so that's pretty cool. Played it on that. That's another reason why I was kind of waiting for it, too. I have the 360 still sitting here, and I was like, one day they'll make it backwards compatible. They made it like a couple months ago, and I was like, alright, that's that motivation. I think they even gave it out for free, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, no. I know I have the disc here somewhere. I played it digitally, so I think they gave it out for free at some point. So yeah, my final impression, if I had to give it like a score, I'll probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I think it fits it very well for what it is. Very, very, very good game. Had a pretty high bar to live to when it comes to Dead Space. Don't feel it fully hits it, but it's also not that far away. And it's also pretty fun ride overall. It's pretty enjoyable. There's pretty good set piece moments. There's pretty good action packed moments. There's pretty good quick time stuff too, which well, that doesn't date this up. The zero gravity stuff has always never been my favorite, but there's some entertaining moments. Probably my favorite usage of it in this game. So overall, if you like Dead Space, you're gonna like Dead Space 3.